Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel. I have a vlog entry for you today. Obviously, if you read the title, it'll say vlog number 2. So I did have some questions from last vlog from a couple of different people, and I will get to those after I do my little vlog entry. And for future reference, if you would like to ask me a question, basically anything. I am an open book when it comes to stuff. I mean, I'm not going to tell you my phone number and address, obviously, or my social security number, things like that. But if you want to know, personal questions or simple, like, what's your favorite color, stuff like that, you can either comment below, you can send me an email at rixypixie@gmail.com, or find me on Facebook, Rixy Pixie Reviews, and like my page. You can also message me or post a thingy, post a thingy on my Facebook page, on my wall, and ask me a question. And next vlog, I will read your question on my next vlog and answer it. So, to get started, what I wanted to do for this vlog today is basically I wanted to say things that make me happy, because I know that a lot of people go through anxiety, a lot of people go through depression, and get really stressed out, and I personally like to always take a moment to myself. I know it seems kind of like cheesy, and kind of just think about the things that I have in life that make me really happy. They have the whole post your every day until Thanksgiving, for November, post what you're thankful for. And that's really nice for Thanksgiving, but I try to do that every day regardless of holidays coming up, because I'm really cheesy like that. And, I like to just take a moment and think, what am I really happy for? And I think recently what I'm really happy for is the relationship that my husband and I have. I will do a little background story on that. We met on eHarmony, and it's actually a really funny story. I was at my cousin's wedding, and I was kind of depressed because I had just broken up with my ex-boyfriend, and it was really hard. And I moved back in with my parents, or was going to be moving back in with my parents, and so that was a rough time. So I'm at my cousin's wedding, and I'm like, you know what? I want what she has. I want to be happy, and I want to find somebody, because I kept finding people that, made me happy, but in the long run, it just, it didn't work out for whatever reason. And I signed up for eHarmony. I filled out that horrifically long profile. I mean, these things get detailed. They're like, what's your shoe size? What color are your toenails right now? Think crazy, really, really specific questions. And I filled out that profile, and then I went to my cousin's wedding, and I think it was 2 days later or something, I had gotten an email. And I opened the email, and it was basically this guy. He's like, I hope I don't seem like a creeper or a weirdo, but I really wanted to get in touch with you, and I found your profile on eHarmony, and you seem really cool, and we have a lot in common, and we have the same religious views, and we have, the same views on certain things, and, we got matched. So I'm really curious as to, if you want to talk to me or not. If you think I'm weird, that's perfectly fine, whatever. But I just wanted to let you know I found you because I, at the time, had the eHarmony account, but I never paid for it. I signed up for one of those free communication weekend things, and I kept getting, winks or pokes or whatever they are on eHarmony. I can't even remember, that was so long ago. You can't really message people. You have to, get to know them and send them things and blah, 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 before you can actually talk to the person. In my description, about me and stuff, I was like, find me on Facebook, and it wouldn't let me put Facebook in there. I'm like, here's my website. They're like, you can't put links. You can't, they basically try to make it so you can't do any outside of their website communication. They want you to do it, pay for their subscription service, and do it all through eHarmony, and, you know, no outside communication at all. So you can't put your email, you can't put anything like that. So I kind of went around the system a little bit, and I was like, find me on FB, and, you know, I had the same exact profile picture so that it made it a little bit easier. He found me on Facebook, but he didn't have a Facebook. He was viewing it as a non-Facebook person, which is weird. He hates Facebook. He will not go on Facebook. He has one, hasn't touched it since we got married. But yeah, so he's like, I don't have a Facebook, so I saw your website address on your Facebook. So I went there. And he actually browsed my website, checked it out. It was my blog way back in the day. Filled out the contact form or whatever and emailed me. And that's how he found me. He's like, so I hope you don't think I'm like a creeper or anything, that I really, really want to talk to you. So I went through all these measures to message you and to contact you. And personally, it did not freak me out. I was actually really curious. I was like, this guy went through all this effort to talk to me. I was blown away. I was so flattered. I immediately hit reply and wrote a thing. And we hit it off. We were talking, we were emailing back and forth. I think it was like maybe a couple days after that. We did Skype, and he didn't have a camera, so he saw me, but I heard him and he heard me. So I couldn't see him. So after a couple days we were Skyping, and then we were talking on the phone, and we actually watched The Fly. He put it on his TV, and I put it on my TV, and we watched it together, really cheesy. A couple days after that, this goes over for about 3 weeks, between us meeting online and then us actually, meeting in person. But a couple days after that, he was out golfing with his friend, his boss and friend, and we were talking on the phone, and I was just like, man, I really want to see you. I want to meet you in person. I want to hang out. Let's plan a meetup and everything. And he was really excited about that. And of course, I made, some kind of sexual innuendos and stuff. And he basically got to the point where, if you come to my house, well, so basically he told his boss, he's like, oh my God, I have the chance to meet this girl. His boss was like, go right now, go. And at this time, I was 3 hours away from where he lived. He lived in where I currently live, and I lived 3 hours away. So he had to drive 3 hours to see me, to meet me. He dropped everything on the golf course, went home, changed, showered real quick, got in the car, and drove to my place 3 hours away. Needless to say, when he arrived at my door, I jumped him. I was so excited because I felt like, even in the short period of time that we had of talking to each other, I felt like I knew him forever. Like, I felt like, I guess you can put it in a way that I felt like we were already dating. We were, together, and he was in the military or something, and he was away for a long time. And when I saw him at my door, I jumped him. And it was just like, not only love at first sight, but love at first conversation. It was like soul touching, which is weird. I don't believe in souls, but so it was weird for me. But we really, really, really hit it off. And to go back to my previous whole reason of this conversation, I am very thankful for him. I am very thankful for all of the events that led up to me meeting him. And I can't even imagine my life without him. Like, I don't know how I survived all these I was 24 when we met, so all these 24 years of not knowing him, how I survived. I don't know. But I am extremely thankful for him. And I think about that every day. I really do. Every day I think about that. The minute I wake up, first thing I do is I either go and kiss him or I text him, if he's at work. And he's the first thing I think of when I wake up in the morning. He's the last thing I think of when I go to bed. So we have a really, really great relationship, and I'm highly thankful for that. So I just wanted to do a little, I'm really thankful thing for my blog, or for my vlog. Get to the questions about me, 10 minutes of me time. I am going to read you the questions that I got from some people from the last vlog. And the first question is from Caitlin, and she asks, what are your pet peeves? It drives me absolutely up a freaking wall when people say negative comments. Here's a really good example of negative comments that are my pet peeve. Love with Food had one point, I tagged Love with Food in a picture of my cat on Instagram, and Love with Food liked my photo because it was my cat laying on the Love with Food box, and they used it in their Facebook advertising to help, promote to get people to sign up for Love with Food. And everybody thought it was so cute, but then there was this one lady that commented, and she's like, that cat is so fat it's gonna die. I'm like, oh my God, is that absolutely necessary to say something like that? I had to reply back, and I was like, oh, well, I appreciate your concern, but my cat is perfectly healthy and is not going to die, so thank you very much. But, I mean, is that really necessary to waste your time to write a comment like that on somebody's picture? If you don't like something in somebody's picture, you can hide it. You can click the little button and hide it. If you don't, approve of what they're portraying, whether it's gun control or abortion or something like that, just ignore it and keep scrolling. There is no need to sit there and put negative comments on things. Somebody's, post something to be helpful, and then you jump on there and you're like, well, this is stupid. That's fine. Scroll on. It wasn't meant for you. You don't have to write anything, negative about it. Biggest pet peeve. If you can't say something nice, don't say anything at all. Bottom line. So that got a little too serious for me. But the next question, actually 2 questions, are from Melissa. And Melissa asks, what is your favorite holiday tradition? I don't really have many holiday traditions. Usually just spending time with my family. But I think my favorite holiday tradition is any holiday that I can dress up. I love dressing up. Like Halloween, I dress up. Christmas, I have a Jingle Bell headband and little ornament earrings. I just got Christmas tree earrings from last year, so I'll be wearing those this year. Doing my nails and my makeup, feel Christmassy. I love that kind of stuff. I love getting in the spirit of Christmas or the holiday. I absolutely love that part. And how much do you spend on subscription boxes? That is a great question. My husband asks me that all the time, and I never have an answer. Mostly because I pretend I don't, so he doesn't know. But I actually wrote them down and totaled them up. Well, not totaled them up, but wrote down what the prices are. Right now, I get Loot Crate, which is $19.37. I get One Up box, which is $15.32. I got a promotional price. I think the prices went up at the Ipsy I get is $10. Birchbox, $10. Love with Food, $10. I get the Dollar Shave Club, which we'll just say it's $6 for now. And then I was getting Beauty Box 5, but it was $10 because I was buying it quarterly. So I spend, we'll round up, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60, 75. I spend $81 a month on subscription boxes, guys. $81 a month. Holy crap. That's really funny. But that's a lot better than I used to. And $81 a month, guys, that's not bad, right? I could have worse habits. I see it as a good thing. And it keeps me happy, and I love them, and yeah. So that concludes this week's vlog number 2. If you do have questions for me, you want to ask me something, you want to, get to know me, ask me a question. I don't know what to tell you about myself half the time. And there's a lot to know, trust me. I'm like a freaking encyclopedia over here. You go to rixypixie.com. At the top, there is a social media button. Click that, and you can contact me through any of my social media. Like me on everything. Follow me on everything. Subscribe to my channel. You want to, because I'm awesome. And thank you so much for watching, and I will see you next time.